Tuesday mornings, we talk to our neighbors in business. This segment brought to you by Northstar Bank. And back with us once again is Jim Kane, who is a very busy man, runs the monthly folk program called Acoustic Roots in Saline, and is also the founder of Breakfast. This is the benefit for the St. Andrew's Episcopal Church here in Ann Arbor benefit concert that's taking place coming up this weekend. Jim, welcome back to 107.1, buddy.
Hey, Martin. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Tell us about what inspired you to start Breakfast a few years ago. Breakfast.
Breakfast.
Yes.
Inspired by the Ann Arbor Folk Festival. Well,
there we go.
You know, back in the last recession, the Great Recession, there at the Breakfast at St. Andrews, we just found ourselves kind of facing a big hole in our budget because everybody was pulling back, and we had to figure out how to raise some money and raise it quick. And one idea was a golf outing, and I thought, well, if I can save the world from another golf outing and do a concert, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I get you. I'm on your same wavelength. Who do we have performing this year? When and where is this all taking place? And introduce our 107.1 listeners to the artists who will be performing this weekend.
Well, we do the show at the Arc, and there's no better partner for live music in Ann Arbor. They're just fantastic, and it's such a special place. And like we do every year, we try to bring together the roots and branches of American music. So headlining the show this year is a guy named Nathan Bell coming up from Tennessee, and he's backed by Rachel Bell and the Beatnik Playboys. And, Nathan is one of those guys. He's got that rough troubadour lilt like a Lee Von Helm and a Chris Christopherson. And, he sings about the working man and struggling to get by, and he does it in a way that just, gets right at your heart. And when you've had enough gruff, you've got Rachel, who's got a multi-octave voice and just incredible. And but we've got even more acts than that. Dakota Dave Hull's coming back. You know him from Prairie Home Companion, one of the best finger pickers out there. Raleigh Tussing in the Midwest Territory band from Ann Arbor. Man, Raleigh's a man out of time. It's like you've gone to a picnic or a juke joint in 1920. And then kind of special, there's a young woman from Chelsea named Samantha Dunlap, and she's in the honors choir there at Chelsea High School. And she, her voice is something else. It's like she belongs in a jazz club back in France.
Really? I'm intrigued. Tickets available in advance of the event, I take it, right?
Yeah,
Jim?
Tickets at the Michigan Union Ticket Office by phone. You can go to the ARC website. If you're lucky, we'll have some left at the door.
Don't count on that, though.
Don't count on it. We sold out last year with Luke Winslow King. It was fantastic. We raised almost $14,000.
Tell us about the breakfast at St. Andrew's, the church on North Division Street, and your involvement with this. Let's go back to the people in need who are fed daily on a daily basis at St. Andrew's, Jim.
Well, you've got to set the Wayback Machine to 1982. 82. Everybody who was around back then knows what tough times it were. And, a bunch of people from St. Andrews got together and thought, well, people are struggling and we can help by feeding them. And they started this breakfast program. And, the economy came back, but the need never went away. There's working people who just need a lift. There's homeless people who need a hand. And so every day since then, they've served a free breakfast to anybody.
Every day.
It's like 12,000, breakfasts, without missing a trick.
Even like a couple years ago during the blizzards and the 17 degrees below zero for a week at a time and all that. Yeah.
Blizzards, blackout, never missed a day. Sometimes, you do it by candlelight or outside on the lawn, but, never missed a day.
And no questions asked. People just show up and they're served breakfast.
Everybody's welcome.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. We're talking to Jim Kane, who is the founder of Breakfast. This is the big event, the 7th annual benefit for the Breakfast at St. Andrews, feeding anyone in need since 1982. The event is coming up. The benefit is this Saturday, February the 13th, 7:30 at the Arc, and tickets are $30, correct,
$30.
Jim?
Yeah.
And Acoustic Roots presenting Nathan Bell with Rachel Brown and the Beatnik Playboys, also performing Dakota Dave Hull, Raleigh Tussing, and the Midwest Territory Band, and the up-and-coming artist Samantha Dunlap. Tell us a little bit more about the Acoustic Roots series, which you founded a few years ago. This concert falling under your Acoustic Roots concert series, Jim.
Well, Acoustic Roots, we founded it 3 years ago in Saline, and we were just looking for a place that we could showcase Michigan musicians and people on the road, because there's no shortage of talent around here, but there is a shortage of places to play.
Yeah.
And there's a restaurant in downtown Saline called Mangiamo Italian Grill, and they're upstairs. 30 years ago, got burned up in a fire. And the new owner, a guy named Pete, he rebuilt it, and it's perfect for concerts. It's so warm and friendly. And we've been doing shows once a month. We're coming up on our 50th show.
That's great.
In 3 years, it's going to be a birthday party for Doc Watson and for me.
All right. What's the date of that again?
It's going to be March 5th. We've got Sherry Kane, Dave Steele. We've got Sarah Price from Saline, who's just a beautiful, beautiful singer. Dave Keeney, Dobro Master, Joe Sarapere from Stella.
Oh, sure.
It's all going to be great. And, of course, Raleigh Tussing is going to come out. He's a great friend.
How do people get tickets for that event and more info about the Acoustic Roots series?
Look
Jim?
for us on Facebook.
Okay.
It's Acoustic Roots, and Roots is like the road.
Yeah, like Route 66, yeah.
And we sell tickets at the door, and every dollar that you hand over goes straight to the artist for bail money and their bar tabs. So
I love it. Our guest this morning, our neighbor in business, is Jim Kane of Acoustic Roots and founder of Breakfast, the big benefit for the St. Andrew's Breakfast, the 7th annual benefit this weekend, February the 13th at the Arc. And you can get tickets info at thearc.org. And our segment made possible by our friends at Northstar Bank. Always a pleasure having you by, my friend. Thanks for being with us, Jim.
Thank you, Martin. It was great to be here.
Yeah, cheers. Talking Heads 1071.